Hi everyone, Ian Bremmer here. It's a new year, and that means a new list of top risks from Eurasia Group. Every year, we publish a forecast of 10 political risks and some red herrings we think are likely to play out over the course of the year. And here's what we're looking at for 2025. Risk number one, the G0 wins. The G0 world is a world with an absence of leadership globally, and it's been coming for a long time. A few core reasons. First, because when the Soviet Union collapsed, Russia was not integrated into the West, and they blame the West, particularly the United States, for that. Secondly, China has been integrated into the global order, especially economically, on the presumption that as they got wealthier, they would become more like the West. They are a lot more powerful. They are not a lot more like the West. And the US and allies are uncomfortable with that. Third, while those first two things were happening, tens of millions of people, especially in the United States and other advanced industrial democracies, increasingly opposed globalism, opposed the ideologies, the policies of their own leaders, and became anti-establishment in what they wanted their own governments to do. You put those things together and you get an unwillingness of the Americans to provide leadership and weak governments everywhere else. Everywhere else. What I mean by that, at a time that the United States has a very strong and consolidated leadership under President-elect Trump, you also have almost all of its allies with considerably weaker governments. It's true in places like South Korea, where the government is imploding, in Japan, with a government that is far weaker than under Shinzo Abe in the first Trump administration, isn't likely to last long. Canada, imploding, going to fall apart, new elections relatively soon. Germany, same story. The UK, same story. France, the same story. Almost everywhere you look, you have very weak governments, while the United States and China are governing and focusing on themselves. America first and China first. And that means that as you have greater geopolitical challenges, you have a lack of willingness to respond to them. Certainly a lack of support for international coordination and multilateralism. There are three ways out of a G0 world. You can try to strengthen your existing institutions and reform them. You can try to build new institutions that better reflect your present priorities and the new balance of power, or you can engage in international conflict, break the old system and do what you want. All three are happening, but overwhelmingly the focus is on the third. And that informs all of the risks in 2025. It makes it incredibly unlikely that the geopolitical environment will stabilize or to improve. It has to get worse before it gets better.